Good day. Today we will be discussing some important provisions in the legislative department as stated in our very own constitution. So let's start with section 12. Let's first read the codal provision. Section 12. All members of the Senate and House of Representatives shall, upon assumption of office, make a full disclosure of their financial and business interests. They shall notify the House concerned of a potential conflict of interest that may arise from the filing of a proposed legislation of which they are authors. In this certain provision, there are two obligations given to all members of the Congress. So let's start with the first obligation. The first obligation is the full disclosure of financial conflict of interest upon assumption of office. So kapag ang isang senador o ang congressman ay nanalo, bago sila mag-assume ng posisyon nila bilang isang congressman or senador, kailangan muna nilang i-disclose o sabihin lahat ng mga interest na magkakaroon ng conflict or those which will have a financial conflict of interest in the government. Okay, that's the first obligation of all the members of the Congress, as stated in Section 12. The second obligation is they should notify the House concerned of a potential conflict of interest that may arise from the filing of a proposed legislation. So there are many instances in this case. Una, kapag meron silang ifa-file na bill and they perceive na meron silang may potential conflict of interest, they must notify the House. Or, if meron silang ongoing na batas na ipapasa at ang isang senador o isang congressman ay nagkaroon ng isang interest during the time na pinapasa ang isang batas, kailangan din nilang i-notify yung House concerned regarding such potential conflict of interest. Again, Section 12 requires full disclosure. If a member of the Congress withholds or hides any information of his interest, he may be disciplined, censured, suspended, or even expelled. Okay? So, ang importance nito ay very self-explanatory. Siyempre, a public position is of public trust. Kailangan sabihin ng ating mga public officials ang napipintong mga interest na magkakaroon ng conflict or ang kanilang mismong conflict of interest upon the assumption of their positions. Let's now proceed with Section 13. Okay, Section 13 states that no senator or member of the House of Representatives may hold any other office or employment in the government or any subdivision, agency, or instrumentality thereof, including government-owned or controlled corporations or their subsidiaries, during his term without forfeiting his seat. Neither shall he be appointed to any office which may have been created or the emoluments thereof increased during the term for which he was elected. So, i-chop-chop natin yung mga nakalagay sa Section 13. So, let's first start with a very important principle in Section 13. Number 1 is the incompatible office. What is an incompatible office? It is any kind of office or employment in the government or any subdivision, agency, or instrumentality thereof, including government-owned and controlled corporations or their subsidiaries during his term. Okay? So basically, ang sinasabi naman ng certain constitutional provision na to, ang pinaka-ine-emphasize is law is a full-time obligation and not a mere sideline. So dahil nga full-time obligation, pinagbabawal ang paghawak ng isang member ng Kongreso, mapasenador o member ng House of Representative na humawak pa ng ibang office or employment in the government other than his position as member of the Congress. So, no forfeiture shall take place if the member of the Congress holds the government office in an ex officio capacity. So this was from a case decided by the Supreme Court. So hindi naman daw siya absolute, okay? May mga instances na ang miyembro ng Senado o miyembro ng House of Representatives ay binibigyan ng pagkakataon na maging empleyado ng other government agencies other than his position in the Congress, provided that it is only in ex officio function or the such function is connected with or in aid of legislative duties. So, syempre, narinig niyo yung ex officio function. Ano po ba ang ibig sabihin ng ex officio? So, ang ibig sabihin ng ex officio ay by virtue of one's position. So, with that meaning, ang ibig sabihin nun ay yung posisyon na sinabi ay nakuha mo by virtue of you being a member of the Congress. Okay? So, ano po ba ang pwedeng mga examples na pinapayagan naman ang miyembro ng Kongreso na maging official other than his position in the Congress? Example, number 1, member of Electoral Tribunal. Okay? Number 2, member of Commission on Appointments. And number 3, ex-officio member of Judicial and Bar Council. So, yung mga posisyon na yun, pinapayagan ang isang miyembro ng Kongreso na habang siya ay senador o congressman, ay maging officer din siya ng such government agencies. Bakit? Kasi yung posisyon na yun ay nabigay sa kanya by virtue of his position, by virtue of him or her being a member of the House of Representatives or the Senate as the case may be. Kasi usually yung mga posisyon na ex-officio positions, representative kasi yung kailangan ng representative sa legislative department. So, basically, wala namang ibang pwedeng maging miyembro doon kung hindi sila lang. So, pinapayagan na sila ay mag-hold ng positions other than them being members of the Congress. Okay? So, kapag incompatible office, hindi naman sinasabi na bawal talaga. Okay? Actually, ang isang miyembro ng Kongreso pwede niyang tanggapin ang employment o ang isang posisyon sa government, but provided na he automatically forfeits his seat in the Congress. Example, nanalo ako bilang congressman ng isang lungsod. During my term, inappoint ako. Ano kaya? Okay. Inappoint ako as secretary ng DepEd. Okay? So basically, it is a position it is definitely a government agency. So ayun yung tinatawag na incompatible office. So kung ako ay tinanggap ko ang offer or ako ay na-appoint sa DepEd bilang habang ako ay miyembro ng Kongreso, so yung posisyon ko bilang isang congressman ay ma-forfeit automatically. Okay? So, pwede naman talaga pero mawawala yung posisyon mo as member of the Congress. Okay? Again, I would like to emphasize na for incompatible office, ang kanilang prohibition only applies during their term na ina-elect sila bilang miyembro ng Kongreso. So, kung ako ay isang congressman at matatapos ang term ko ng 2020, pag 2021, pwede na akong ma-appoint sa any other offices ng gobyerno. So, yung prohibition, yung incompatible office, only applies during their term. Let's start with the second very important principle stated in Section 13. It is the forbidden office. So, what is forbidden office? It is any office, civil or military, created or the emoluments of which have been increased during the term for which he was elected. Okay? Sa forbidden office, may dalawa naman na pinagbabawal. Kailan tinatawag o pwedeng tawagin na forbidden office? Number one, kapag ang Kongreso ay gumawa ng isang office, mapa civil or military, pag sila ay gumawa ng isang office, bawal silang ma-appoint doon. Okay? So, ano bang essence nun? Siyempre, iniiwasan ng Constitution natin na yung mga members ng Congress, gagawa sila ng mga offices, tapos pag nagawa na nila yung mga offices, magpapa-appoint sila doon. So, yun yung iniiwasan ng ating Constitution. So, that's number one, creation of a new office. Bawal magpa-appoint doon during his term only. Again, during his term. Okay? Next, yung second part ng forbidden office. Any office in which emoluments have been increased. Okay? So, ang isang opisina na tinaasan ang emoluments o ang sahod doon sa opisinang yun, bawal din siyang ma-appoint kung saan tinaasan ng Kongreso ang sahod nila during his term only. Okay? So, again, during his term only. Pag sinabing forbidden office, during his term lang, bawal siyang ma-appoint doon. Of course, I want to refresh everyone's mind kung ano ba ang ibig sabihin ng term and tenure. Okay? Ilang beses na natin inulit yan sa klase. Pag sinabing term, it is the period either fixed by the Constitution or the statute. Ang tenure, period within which a public official actually held office. So, ang term, ayun yung nakalagay sa Constitution kung gaano kahaba ang termino ng isang public official kagaya ng senador, 6 years. Ayun yung nakalagay sa Constitution. Ang tenure naman yung actual na time na hold niya yung position. So, kunyari, kapag ako ay nag-resign from my assumption of office, kunyari, na tumakbo kong senador, nanalo ako, on my third year in office, na nag-resign ako, so my actual tenure is actually 3 years lang. Pero ang term ng isang opisina ng isang senador ay 6 years. Again, we must know the difference between term and tenure. Kasi yung prohibition applies during the term, okay, of the members of the Congress. Siyempre, kailangan alamin natin kung ilan nga ba. Ulit, i-refresh ulit natin. Pag senador, 6 years. Kapag congressman, 3 years. So, kunyari, ako ay isang senador, nag-create ang Congress ng isang opisina, panibagong opisina, on my third year, na-create na, on my third year, nag-resign ako, and, dahil hindi na ako senador, pwede na ba akong ma-appoint doon sa opisinang ginawa ng Kongreso? Hindi pa din, because the prohibition applies during the term. Okay? Ang term na yon ay hanggang matapos yung 6 years. Okay? So, hanggang matapos yung 6 years, kung kailan ka na-elect, hindi ka pa rin pwede or you're still prohibited to be appointed into such forbidden office. So, it also applies to incompatible offices. Okay?